Hello, everyone. It's me again, coming to you, um, Judah Rains, coming to you in looks like downcast California today, which has its own charm. I hear the birds tweeting in the background, which is always a lovely thing in the morning, and I wake up grateful. I'm grateful for my home, my small home that is mine, and where I do feel safe. And I'm grateful for the way that the creator of the universe has ensured that I would be housed and not unhoused, irregardless of my circumstances. And I'm grateful that the Most High has chosen to reveal just a smidge, like a little microscopic of his or her power in my life, to let me know that there's a opposite, equal, and actually greater force that is operating on our planet in this day and time. I'm grateful for the patio that I can look out on in my sitting area, and it has a couple of plants and a nice little tree and a little bush that is holding steady. It's quaint, and it helps with my serenity and in keeping that, especially when I meditate. I'm grateful for my vehicle that is getting me to and fro. And actually, this week, I've been having several interviews, and it's something about December. Um, in 2019, the same thing happened. It happened in between and I was hired in December at the job that I was recently removed from. And it's really interesting that the same thing is happening now. I do believe that somehow something is changing, and the reason, and it has to do with the situation that I'm in that is mirroring what a similar circumstance back in 2019. So I'm grateful to actually be able to wake up, and today I feel really rested. I have my cup of coffee. I'm grateful for that as well. I don't have a lot of things. I'm not rich. I've never been rich, but I believe that my circumstances are going to change because with my last employer, I faced hostile working environment and harassment. And yes, I have litigation going on in that manner. And I pray to the creator of the universe, and I believe that the creator of the universe is going to ensure that I prevail. Um, I think I have enough good evidence that I've given to my counsel in the real world and in the heavenly realm, who they know exactly what happened to me. Yeah, so anyway, I've had a couple interviews, and one I already completed, uh, and then actually I had two, so two are completed, and then I have another one tomorrow. And I'm not sure if how that's going to go. I am giving it up to the creator. If the creator wants me to go back into the workforce, I will, and if not, then I won't. So I'm going to discuss New Jerusalem again, and the idea is to give some practical information about how it may come about. And in this case, there is something called the care of my people. It is not something that you'll be able to find online. So, but I want to discuss of what it would look like once Armageddon is in full swing. And the question is to be asked, well, how are you going to move, Lord? How are you going to move tens of millions of people from one place to another? Now, of course, we know that North and South America belongs to the black man and black woman. However, we are under the understanding through biblical and other prophecies that New Jerusalem will start off as a small little stone that will turn into a mountain. And so it's going to be a gradual thing. New Jerusalem will start off small, and then it will cover the whole earth. Um, in other words, the core people will be living on a particular or living in a particular area, but their power and influence will eventually cover the whole earth. Just as what you have right now with America. America is the United States, the 50 states or 51st states, right? And then, but their influence is global. So there are other countries, but they basically, up until recently, ruled the world. And even then, there's a small conglomerate of people within America that have the power. So a similar circumstance will end up developing with New Jerusalem and with the descendants of slaves. So with Christ's kingdom administration, this is a governmental body, just as you would have with any government of this planet, but it will be ruling in a way that it benefits first and foremost is core citizens, the Hebrews, under the 12 tribes, and then it is going to then stretch out to the rest of the world. That means its policies and procedures will be onboarded by the people. But for a time, for a period of time, we will just be primarily on our own so that we can be prepared. So now then, so uh, there is, we can think about the early morning hours during the phase of uh, uh, when the dissolution of the current world comes to a crashing halt. How will the people of New Jerusalem, how will they fare, and what will be the mechanism of moving them? So we do have some examples already in the world. And one of the things that we have as examples in America is natural disasters, and how this government, in its imperfect state, was able to help the people or the citizens of a particular area that was facing the disaster. So not that this is the best example, but it can. I'm saying this to at least lay a groundwork. So we have the natural disaster of Katrina that took place in the summer of 2005 in August. But as we know that the military arm of America was deployed, and so this is what I'm going to kind of reference here about what things might look like to move millions of people from one place to another. So the starting point is primarily going to be the south of America, and then we are moving possibly, again, this is speculation, to a certain place, but to the west coast. We can figure that the modes of transportation will primarily be uh, automobiles, trains. It can even be by the ocean as well through boats. But as far as airplanes, that may not be the best thing to do because of what could possibly be in the skies. So, as you know, we've had the volcanoes that have erupted, and if you study that further, you'll find out that if a plane was to go through ash, that it could actually disrupt the engines and cause the plane to crash. So the transportation or movement is going to be ground based. So we're looking at a quick succession of people in 1, 2, or maybe 3 weeks to move a bulk of people, and that is possible. The infrastructure is there. So the people that will be funneled into a large area will be coming in as groups. We will need people on the ground or in receiving areas to be able to direct them. So, of course, the primary needs that will need to be met is health and care. So, medical will need obviously shelter or where they will go. We'll need food or sustenance to like water and whatnot to keep our people healthy and hydrated, and also information awareness to let them know immediately what is going on. So, in other words, during the phase of Armageddon, you can imagine that a military or some type of solidified force will be at the ready and will be orchestrating the movements of millions of people. Now, if you haven't already, I would encourage you to listen to my audio recordings of New Jerusalem. There are 3 episodes of that, and I would encourage you to please look at that because it kind of goes through the New Jerusalem and the outlay of it. There is enough people or enough land on the West Coast for every man, woman, and child that is a descendant of American slave to fit in and still have room left. Now, we can understand that during the process there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be afraid. They're going to be confused, bewildered. Some of them are probably going to be angry. Probably most will be satisfied that that justice is finally being served. In other words, there's going to be a mix of emotion. Now, the infrastructure here in America is already set up to receive the new arrivals to their new destination. We're not going to warehouse people, but there has to be a way station that is going to be set up. And this can take the form of hotels, stadiums, open fields, obviously hospitals, even military barracks, and large open structures. Now remember, this is going to be the immediate fallback position that the children of Israel will be delivered to, first and foremost. And then, as the days go on, they will be assigned or given to different areas that are housing, okay, whether that be freestanding housing, duplexes, or triplexes. We're not going to be sticking people in apartments. Those will be immediately dismantled in the coming days going forward. The children of Israel are going to be treated with respect, with kindness, and in an honorable, be appreciated by most. And understand that the Spirit of the Most High is going to be very, very strong as they are moving from one state to another. There are going to be visible signs in heaven to assure them that this is exactly what they have been waiting for. And they will not be under the threat of destruction. Where you may come from, as you come into New Jerusalem, the people on the ground in that area, they will be under the divine authority of the Most High God, and even their spirit will be different. They will be willing to help. They are going to be desirous to help, and the brothers and sisters will be loving and respectful to you as you come in. Why is that? Because the world around us will literally be falling apart. And it will be devastatingly clear that we, from our left to our right, from up and down, will only have each other to depend on. And that in itself is going to be a breed of brotherhood unlike any other. So first things first, food, shelter, water, medical care. The transient is one that's going to be safe. And also, too, many of those ones who be transient out of the South into their new destination, they will be witnessing the justice that will uh, befall the American continent. So it is not going to be a long drawn out birth, okay? Literally, it's going to be so cataclysmic that just getting everyone into New Jerusalem may take a couple of weeks to transport everybody to where they need to be. And that includes getting you into proper housing, into a proper living situation, and communicating with you. So there's going to be an apparatus of communicating with you day by day. And really, for the beginning, it's probably going to be moment by moment as you're in transit, and then throughout the hours, just like you would with any natural disaster, you're getting blow by blow of what is happening. You will be informed as you're going and where you will be going to. Okay, that's why we have a phone. That's why we have radio. You're not going to be in the dark, wondering where am I going. You will know, and the brothers and sisters who are going to be instrumental in that transition, they will also be informed and also be able to let you know what is going on, where and the time that it will take for you to get to your destination. We're not going to just warehouse you. Uh, the uh, the op, the The goal is to get you into a livable situation, um, unlike you've ever had before, and to respect you as you go on, okay? In that it is for your uplift and for your good, and to for you to know what time it is. Again, I believe that there are going to be signs in heaven, just as it is written in the holy books, that this is something that the creator of the universe is mitigating and is unleashing upon the inhabitants of the planet. So this is the first part of that. If the creator wants me to, I will go into a little bit more depth of what it will look like when you actually land in New Jerusalem. So stay tuned for that video as well.